Alright, hello everybody. How's everybody doing? Guys, first I wanted to give out a little bit of an apology. Ideas kept going. You guys know last time we came live, we started doing some work and detailing on the motor, and I hinged the hood. Hello, Mooger. I detailed the engine and whatnot. Well, guys, I swear to you, I thought this over, and I thought this over, and I fought it all night. Hey, badass. I fought and I fought and I told myself not to do it. Guys, I just had too many ideas. I couldn't leave it alone. And I apologize to all of you. I know I said I was going to do this build all on camera. But once I got to working on it, at first, I'm going to be honest. At first, I wanted to do everything on camera with you guys. I wanted to make sure you guys seen every step of the build. I wasn't really happy with the GTR motor, so I painted it and started detailing it, and I was trying to make my decisions. Hello, thank you everybody for joining in today. Hello, Monty. Hey, Scott. I just seen your last video, bud. I'm glad that you're doing better and feeling better. And each day, you'll have a struggle that a lot of us don't, since you've had your stroke. But thank you for continuing building, Scott. Thank you for continuing to follow my channel and the support that you give to the community. Hello, Jay. So let me get back to my apology. I wasn't happy with the GTR motor from the beginning. Stig and George and a lot of the other guys in the community kept pushing me towards the GTR. I was becoming, I was like, I didn't know. I made the mold. I have a mold. I can cast the motor whenever I want. George let me use the motor maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, out of his kit. And I made a copy of the motor. I've never used it. I was unhappy with it. I didn't know if I was going to like it in the truck, in the Sunny. I have the 90 300Z motor, and I was leaning towards it. So to break the monotony, I brought the GTR motor out, built it, customized it to where it will fit in the Sunny, and then I started detailing it, and that's where we left off last week. And then I hinged the hood right before we closed the live feed off last night. We closed the hood. We made the hood hinge and close. And if you guys remember, I cut in, how the shock towers was. I cut into the shock tower, and it left a gap like this, and the hinge was going in it. After sitting here looking at it, it was bothering me. It wasn't clean. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't what I was happy with. So I proceeded to just look into it and see what I can do. And before you know it, guys, my wife, she had made the kids lunch, and she sat down upstairs for a little bit. I came down here to work on some of the laundry, and she let me come down here. Usually I don't build at the bench when she's home. Usually I'm upstairs with her. She was catching up on her shows, and the kids were eating lunch. So I came down here, and I was just going to look at it for a minute. And before you know it, my wife let me come down here for a little over an hour Saturday before I had to go to work. And guys, I got zoned out, and I did more than I should have. I didn't do it on camera, but I was encouraged to keep building, but always bring back an update. So I had put that off. I even picked up other projects to work on, so that way I don't work on the Sunny off of camera, because I really wanted to do all this on camera. But George's show is coming up in less than a month. Well, about a month and a half, really. It's next month. It's on the 30th. I kind of wanted to get the Sunny done for that. We got Acme coming up that I want to ship a few builds off to, and I lost track. I got off schedule, but I'm going to try to give you guys an update. This build has been so fun. Yeah, I saw that, brother. I saw that. You just got a new shop card and stuff. I didn't get to see your video yet, Twist, but I seen it posted. Hello, John. If you guys don't know, John's trying to get in here too. He's trying to do some of his live feed. So if you guys ain't subscribed to John yet, go over there and check him out, and maybe tune into one of his shows when he's not working. A lot of us people in here are workers, or strong family man, so it takes us a while to get down here and do a live feed. But let me show you guys what happened off camera, and I want to ask for your guys' forgiveness, but I'll keep you guys updated. The build is just so fun. Like I said, we're in the live stage now of 13. I usually work on it for about an hour, talking with you guys in between, answering questions. I think what happened Saturday before I got dressed and went to work, that I had like an hour all to myself. Didn't have to worry about the kids because the wife had them. Didn't have to worry about questions and looking at the feed and trying to remember where I'm going at and stuff like that. But I just, here's what I done. Let me cut to the chase, and here's what I done. All right. Now, I wasn't liking the shock towers. This right here it's not in place yet, guys, so it looks a little crooked. I didn't like the way I cut into the shock towers, so let me get my drill up before I fix it. So let me get my pointer out. Man, guys, I'm just waking up. Long night. I didn't get in till after 5 o'clock this morning. It's amazing how people just come and go at my job, man. Our turnover is just getting outrageous, and the job ain't hard. It's constant. You have to stay moving to get orders filled. I think what it is they keep hiring people not experienced with moving freight by hand, and people not just ready to grow up. Too many people quit. Too many people are quitting. One guy's excuse was football season's about to start, and I can't switch to weekdays, and I want to be off on Sundays, so he just quit. So, I mean, I guess football pays for the family bills or something at his place. I don't know, Yeah, Scott, I'm not lying. He said, he quit yesterday. He quit Sunday was his last day, and he didn't even come in and finish out the week and get a full paycheck. He just decided that was going to be his last day, and he was getting ready for football season. Yeah. Now, our job used to have a program for college students where they could just work a few days a week, but you had to bring them your college schedule. That way they know, and they would modify the schedule for you. But yeah. Oh, hello, John. John, if you guys don't follow Gap Hill Speed Shop, go over there and check that out. John is a big part of what Pete and them are trying to do over at ScaledWorld.net, guys. So go over there and check him out. He's working on a really nice build right now, and so you guys have to go over there and check that out. Check out his pictures. All right. So here's what I did off camera. I just apologize. I kind of want to do this whole build on camera, but the way things worked out. All right. Now, I made a trainee cooler, and if you can't see that, I've gotten the braided lines into it. The lines are going back out here. Because I forgot who his name was. Had mentioned that he don't see people running the cooling lines. So I ran the trainee cooler lines down through there. What else did I do? Let me get back to my train of thought, guys. I redid the shock towers. I rebuilt the shock towers because remember how I cut the hole right through the top, and I didn't like the way that look was, and the look I was going for. So I remade this side wall, this flat plate, this round stock for be like your shock tower, and then I'll use some watch parts to detail this up. I did both sides. I did the brace. Remember I told you guys I needed to do the brace right there. Hey Scott, when you go to Gap Hill Speed Shop thing, he was the one that connected me to Blair to get those videos of the weathering by Blair. I know you have your own technique in weathering, Scott, but I'd appreciate it if you would go and watch what Gap Hill did and for what Gap Hill did with Blair before Blair passed away. It gives you a whole different look on weathering, and it's something I really enjoy and something that became easy and natural for me now to do. So go over and check that out, Scott. So I did the shock towers. I did the master cylinder. Now I don't have a brake booster on here. The way a lot of pictures showed this truck from the 70s is they had this master cylinder was all over the place. Yeah, I don't think Sheldon is selling through Outlaw Speed Shop no more, guys. I think he's doing his own thing on eBay. You know, I'll always support Chip and Lisa. They've been great to me over here on my bench. I wish Sheldon nothing but the best from what he's doing. But, you know, they're good parts for whatever reason. You know, Sheldon, I think, is doing some stuff on eBay and maybe still some stuff with Chip and Lisa. I don't know. That's where I'm getting it from. You guys are free to buy whoever you want to get it from. Yeah. But back to this master cylinder. If you Google image this picture, they had the master cylinder clear over here on the shock tower. They had it really, really high up here, but they were little. They all look just like reservoir. They don't look like they have no master cylinder. They just look like they have a brake reservoir. My fat thumb is in the way. Then I wanted the battery to do the battery detail, so the battery details up here, and I had to cut up a photo resin battery I made. It's chopped all the hell, guys, to get it to fit down in there and to get underneath that hinge, you know, so where the hood will work. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one thing. I understand that, Twisted, because, you know, Chip and Lisa are here in the States and they have to charge a certain thing. Now, Charlie, let me, how about, Charlie, how about this Thursday for the live tech Q&A? How about I show you how to make some pulleys using solder? We can make some pulleys using solder. You can see I use a leather punch, and you see all these little round, the little round things like right there, that I made my shock tower things with. I use a leather punch so I can get a complete circle. Yeah, Hardcastle, that's who did it. Now, Hardcastle, you made the comment about trainee lines and stuff like that. So I actually made a trainee cooler. Off of your comment. Get that to focus. Off your comment last week. So I ran the push line. Come on, focus so I can show Hardcastle. I ran the push in and then the reciprocals back there, and you can see the trainee lines go over there. Yeah, that is true, Hardcastle. They did put them underneath the floorboard, didn't they? Yeah, but Hardcastle, if you Google this right here, it's going to be the 79. This right here is a 79 Sunny truck. Look how many different places they had this master cylinder, dude. You know what I mean? It was just like all over the place, and I'm used to American cars where, you know, you had the master cylinder, you had the reservoir. If you had a power brakes, you'd have the booster, and then the pedal come right out of the booster, you know. But so I put that there, and then I put the battery down in here. Yeah, I'll try that. Well, I'm gonna say for the most part, John, they're gonna be little. There'll be the little pulleys. It really won't be, you know, like your alternator pulleys and stuff like that, because to make the harmonic balancer, you're gonna need something bigger than the solder I have. And then I did the overflow tank. See the return? I got the return, and then I'll paint this up and get this set it up once everything's done. But so that's what I did there, guys. Everything's still loose this end, except for I had to glue the battery in, and then I had to glue the master cylinder in. But you can see all the other details we've done put in it. Bill, it's just a cheap. Let me find it. You'd have to ask that, dude. Here you go. It's just a cheap leather punch. It's just a cheap. Let me back the camera out. It's just a cheap. You know, and then I put my piece of plastic in there. You pick, you know, it has all the different sizes, Bill, you know, that you can do. And then you just get your piece of plastic like so. And then I just punch my holes out that I might need. And then the plastic stays in there. And then I take a piece of metal through this side, and then I bang them out. I use this leather punch for all kinds of stuff, guys. Here, I've shared some of these gauges with some of you guys. And then for me is I don't build the NASCAR stuff, so I'm using the tack and, you know, the water and bolt. So then with my leather punch, I can put clear tape on them, and then I punch them out, and there's my completely round gauges ready to use, you know. And then I do it for this one, and here's the little ones for, like, you know, your voltage and your water, and it gets me a good solid circle, perfect circle, instead of trying to cut it with the scissor. So, you know, I showed my bench one time. I showed my bench one time, and somebody asked, "Do you really need that many tools?" And I'm like, yes, it makes my job a lot easier. Guys, Charlie Mack, if you guys ain't subbed to Charlie Mack, go sub to him. Saturday, was it, Charlie? You got your bike out? Charlie was in a live chat for a little bit, and he says that it's time to him get his bike out for a cruise, and then he ended up doing a little video of it and sharing the back history of when he bought it brand new and he ordered it. And it was a neat little video to see the other side passion that he has, not just with modeling, but with that bike. And, a lot of people don't keep bikes that dang long. John bought it, and Charlie bought it brand new. He ordered it, and he told them, if you guys watch his video, he said, I don't want no Harley with no white walls, so don't call me until you put the white walls on it. I always been into lowriders, Charlie Mack, and as I was, in the building real cars and stuff like that, I'd see guys buying the wire wheels and not putting white walls on them. I'm like, the all wire wheels deserve a white wall. But that's just me. So, now you guys are up to date. This is what I done. This is where I'm at. Yeah, John, I don't know how old this one is. It don't have a date on it. But I've had this one for a lot of years. My parents bought me the battery-powered one. And, hello, Gilbert. Bought me the battery-powered one, and it just wouldn't hold up my needs. So I saved up my money, and I picked this one up. Shoot. I don't know. I bought it with the case and the tools and everything. I've been with my wife 17 years. So I'm going to say this. I might have had this one for 20-some years then. Yes, I do, John. I sure do, buddy. I got the monogram ones, and I got the ProTech ones. Oh, the Vogues? Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Hardcastle. They're Vogues. Yeah, well, in 1990, you're probably right, Bill. In 1990, I was 15. And I think that's about when I bought that. Because my mom and dad got me the battery-powered one. You might be right. That might be around 92, 93. Huh. You're pretty good, Bill. Alright, so now let's get into, let me show you guys where I'm going now with this. Now, I don't know just yet on what color I want to paint the truck or what I want to do. Oh, look, I could take off the grill and show you guys how I ran the cooling lines. The cooling lines are going to be ran right from there through the firewall. Guys, you see Gilbert just post up in here. When you guys get done watching my video, go check out what Gilbert has been posted up this week. He's working on a neat little plane, doing some heating and some weathering into the engine bay and onto the engine. Gilbert likes to, he's been using oils here lately to do weathering and some stuff like that. So you're going to have to go over there and check that out. And a builder on YouTube that I'm pretty fond of, Plasmo. I don't know if you guys follow Plasmo. He builds a lot of military stuff. So some of you car guys might not be aware of him or want to go see his channel. But he posted up a little 1/72nd scale tank yesterday that he's been working on. And you have to see the detailing and the weathering and stuff that he's doing with pigments and powders and stuff like that. It is just... yeah, that guy is off the hook. Yeah, that's the funny thing, that Sears runs the market. Well, I should say Craftsman runs the market And there's a bunch of different products that people sell. That's just like the toolbox I have in my garage. People try to argue with me. I have a Snap-on toolbox in the garage, a top chest and a bottom storage, and from when I worked at the frame shop, and my toolbox probably $900. You know, off the Snap-on truck. Sears has it for $390. Same toolbox. One has a 3D sticker on it that says Snap-on, and the other one has a flat sticker that says Craftsman. And if you go to Harbor Freight and you look at Harbor Freight, there's a lot of products at Harbor Freight that have Central Palladium stickers on them. Then you can go to Sears. The same product has Craftsman on it, and then some of your Matco, not Mac, but Matco tools are the same products, just with different labels. The only thing that you're going to find different is going to be on your hand wrenches and stuff like that, where they're actually stamped in the metal. But a lot of these brands are mass produced and then cross labeled. So yeah. So I got to get that in there. So yeah, Charlie, I don't know. You think, well, I don't want to buy a toolbox from Sears. I need a toolbox that's going to work, and I need a toolbox that's going to last forever. And we think we're getting the best toolbox from a name brand like Snap-on and Matco, but man, you can't beat ball bearing doors, and stuff like that. Hello, Gary, how are you doing? Yeah, I still have mine too. I wish if my basement was big enough and I had a big enough area, I would lug that heavy ass toolbox down here and use it for my model car storage. Now it just sits in the garage. The van blocks it in, and Moog, have you seen the toolbox? Up. I accidentally hit the wrong button, Moog. I didn't mean to delete your message. I don't know what I did. I went to roll up. Guys, give me 1 second. Hello? Trying to make a video, bro. You just interrupted me, man. No, I'm just updating everybody on the Sunny build. No, yeah, I'm on the live feed, bro. You gotta come over there and check us out. Alright. Later, bud. Alright. Guys, that was Christopher Liu. If you guys ain't subscribed to him, go over there and try to find his channel. He don't have much on there, maybe a video or two. He does a lot of posting on Facebook. But we've been he does it. I've been finding him slot car bodies, and I'll rob the parts for stuff that I need to use from the kits, and then he's been painting a lot of slot car bodies. We have a big track here in Missouri, and the guys all are on a league. They go places in Kansas. I know they do a big one in Arkansas, one in Oklahoma, and they do these big money races. And I didn't think slot cars were pulling in money like that. They do fast lights, they do wins, they do brackets, and they have this one kid, man, that can just tree the heck out of the light, and he's always winning money. He got to be 10, 12 years old, and he's got that light. He's got that light dead on, man. He's a good kid. I get to watch some of the videos. There's a crew out in Colorado. They've been doing some live feeds on Facebook, which is really nice to watch and view. All right, let's see where we're going out next. Now, when you start this kit, they want you to start with the body, do all the body mods. But since we was adding a motor, we needed to do the motor mods first. So now, the interior is very plain. So let's see where we go now. It's kind of a simple kit, guys, really. Alright, well... How's the Impala looked really good, Gary, on the pictures you shared on Facebook with us, bud. That's looking really good. Alright, so let's see where we're going at now. Let's do some chassis work, guys. We're going to do some chassis work. Now, this chassis here is simple. The way... Oh, hello, Dave. We're going to see where all this stuff lines up. And we're going to make some modifications. Oh, there you guys. There's Christopher now. If you guys, like I said, you guys can go sub his channel. There's not much on there right now. You can find him on Facebook. And I want to tell you what. I met Chris. Chris, when did we meet? 2005, 2006 at a local show, and we exchanged. I'm always giving away. I always giving away stuff when we go to shows, and I make up little gift bags and little things like that. And I happened to come across Chris. He asked me a few questions on something. He'd seen one of my builds on the table, and at the time, I think Chris only had 2-3 models at the show. I went up to Chris. I started talking to him. We exchanged our phone numbers, and about a few days later, I called him up, asked him how he was doing, how he enjoyed the show. I didn't get to say, good luck. We exchanged, we passed paths, and went about our way. As you guys know, I work nights, so... I'm always hustling at the show. I go over there, get what I need to get done, and then I take off to go to work. And I didn't want Chris to feel like I blew him off, so I gave him a call, asked him how he enjoyed the show and all this. We talked 2 or 3 times on the telephone, and he came over to the house one day, and he asked some questions, and I asked him, I told him, I said, you do really, really good detailing. You got crazy ideas on custom body work. Where do you think that you need improvement at? And when Chris mentioned paint, I told him bring some parts over that he wanted done. We'll go in the garage. We'll have some fun painting. And it must have been 2 or 3 months. He was coming over once a week. My oldest son was a baby, and I didn't have much time, Once my son started going to school, I was able to work with Chris a little bit. I was over there to work with Chris a little bit, and I showed him the way I do a few things, and he learned so much. It was such a great way to watch somebody grow. You guys definitely need to see the stuff Chris is turning out now. Over the last 10, 11 years, Chris is just blowing stuff away. From his paint jobs, his detailing's gotten better. And I try, and I told you guys, I'm 5'7". Chris is over 6 foot. I build on a 7-foot door that's turned on its side. Chris is building What do you think it is, Chris? A 2 foot by 1 foot space, if that? And he is crushing it, guys. You got to see some of the body work and some of the paint jobs that Chris does. And one day I'll have to show you a picture of my little ass next to my model building buddies. They're all 6 foot and tall, and I'm just like this little guy in the middle of it. Yeah, but great guy. Really, I'd have to say hands down my best friend in the world. Always there for me when I needed him, and he's helped me out a lot, guys, whether you know it or not. But yeah, you have to see some of the stuff that he has been cranking out. Like I said, here in the last few years, he's taken off with just doing getting slot car bodies, man. He's working his ass off painting for other people, and I'm getting extra parts. Alright, so let's work on the chassis. Go to Facebook, and it's under Christopher Liu. Hey, what's up, bud? But like me, being Chris, we both turned our basements into hobby rooms. Chris's late grandpa was a woodsman, and he has a great big wood shop down in his basement, and Chris has proceeded to turn that in since Grapple passed away and what have you. He's turned it into like a painting shack. You guys have to see it, man. It's a bad area. It just looks so cool. Alright, so let's... Okay. P over at SkilledWorld.net sent me some extra leftover wheels. We're going to make tires for these one day. I'm going to put these to use on something. You guys see the wheels that come with the Sunny? Look how little they are compared to these leftovers. Thanks, T. Let me see, where am I aiming for? Let's go with some suspension stuff. Now, here's what I don't understand, guys. This comes with, and it don't look like one's lower than the other, but they have two different spindles to see on how you want to do the steering linkage. See that? That's crazy. These are the bumper caps. These are brake lights. Yeah, T, there should be a video already posted up of that, buddy. No, look, Gary. These are facing down, and these here are facing up. So I don't know what, for what reason that would be. There you go. Dang, Hardcastle's just so full of information. Thanks, brother. I didn't know what it was for. If you wanted the steering up or low, like maybe, like on some cars they have a deeper oil pan than another one. So if the tie rods and stuff were high, they would hit the oil pan. So then we'll give you a lower one. Hey, I'm a model builder. I'm not a scientist. I'm not no genius. Yeah. Alright. So we added that front stuff in when I was making the cross members. So let's see if we want to make this steerable. Yeah, we have to make a drive shaft, guys. We have to make a drive shaft. So let's do this thing. Guys, I am going to put up a build for sale. I'm running very short on some funds, and I got things I need to do, and I got kits that I need to send out. So, do you think I should put it up for sale as a flat price, or you think I should do a raffle, or you think I should do an auction? A raffle, I would do like 100 spots. Say $5 a piece, and you know, then pull a number live or pull a name live, you know what I mean? Or do you think I just don't know what to do. See, it wants you to peg this like this, but if we peg that like that, let's see where these wheels are. It will set up way too high. So we're going to knock those pegs down. We're going to bring it back, and we're going to make our own drive shaft. So let's do that now. Wait, caught it. I don't know where my poly caps went. Poly. Poly. Oh, that's not, yeah. Those are poly caps. Joe, I'm not gonna say I'm jealous, but I'm kind of envious. Might be the right words. If you guys ain't watched Joe's newest video, our friend Fast Jimmy 71 sent Joe the Nova build that Jimmy was working on. Jimmy, you know, with his new job, they're switching a shift all the time. One time he was working weekend nights, and then the very next week he's on mornings, and you know, it's just he's all over the place with the schedule, and he hasn't gotten to build very much. Matter of fact, his last video two have been why he's driving, you know, to and from work. He had to take a day off of work, even one day. But little Joe got this Nova build, and man, it is a fantastic, detailed build. And what I really enjoyed to see though is on Jimmy's video where he showed his display case and whatnot, that the Nissan truck I built for Jimmy is sitting in there, still looking good, man. Yeah, thanks, Pappy. I'm gonna work on this for a minute. once I get the rear end set where I needed to, I'll be able to build the drive shaft and do the we'll be able to build the drive shaft and do the just not wanting to go in, is it? I'm gonna have to glue these poly caps in. I don't know what I did with the poly caps that came with these wheels. Because these right here ain't fitting. Mitten. Alright, so let me get some super glue on these real quick. Up later, John. Let's see, where'd my mirror go? And we're going to glue these poly caps into place. They're not wanting to set right. Hello, Ryan. How are you doing, bud? Still working on that truck? Yeah. The H. Joe, have you cleared that hood yet to make sure that new Budweiser or your new decal? You've been having the worst luck with that decal curling up. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, thanks for the shout out when you mentioned. But it's not too much. It's just like they took an old truck and getting her ready for the strip, so it looks perfect. All right, let's get them poly caps glued in, fellas, so that way I can get a good fit. Alright, so now the front stick out. I narrowed them down a lot, so that right there is probably gonna affect the where we put the spindle in up front here. So we'll have to look into that. And now this, I still got to clean all this up. You guys can see where I took the barrel sander to the inside of there, can't we? Alright. Now the motor and radiator are going to come out. And I made this all, I'm making this all and I made this all one unit so I can come in and out and I can do my test fitting. Alright. So if we do that, put that back on the mount where it should be. Let's see. Okay. Get that in there. Get that right there. Still not low enough. See that? Still not low enough. Let's go in there and do some more yicking and yakking. I'm going to take it all the way down. I'm going to take it all the way down to right here. Ajax is in the house. What's up, Rattle Can? Well, Gary, I don't want to damage the floor or nothing on this build. This right here, so, you know, I don't want to mess with the floor and the frame. I plan on doing a Z-frame. I was talking to another kid on Facebook, good friend of mine, Brian Nicewinger. He has a project that he was wondering about getting into with me. Right now I got a lot going on my plate. We're just talking it over and whatever. He's got a really neat subject that he wants to work out with me. And Brian's bought several of my builds over the years. Don't get me wrong, Brian is a great builder in his own aspect. He's got a project that he wants me to tackle with him. Look at that. Now that is, you think right there's a good stance, or should we go a little bit lower? I kind of want to go a little bit lower if possible. Let's see, get in there. Get where you need to go. What's up, Curbs? Oh. John, I don't know, man. Ryan wants me to take the job, and I don't know, bud. Think I'm gonna do some notching right here. Yeah, you heard what I did to Corey last night, did you? I went up to Corey, I saw him in the hallway, and I went up to him, and I was like, well, did you hear I put in my 2 weeks? He goes, are you shitting me? And I was like, well, it seems like the thing to do. Everybody else is doing it, so I just thought I'd jump on the trend. Oh, yeah. See how that sits. Not low enough. Let's see what I gotta do. What do I gotta do? No, don't do that. Okay. Did some reshaping of the rear end. Now let's see where we're at. Gotta move that out of the way. Just cleaning up some parts here, guys. Okay, that's where the rear end will set. Let's see. You guys think that, oops. What do you think about that ride height? Not too darn low. Then we'll get the front wheels up in there. Try to get the set about like that. What do you guys think? Come on, focus. Hello, Peter. If I can't get that to focus in. No, I don't yet. Ajax asked me, I'm just reading back through the messages. Ajax asked me if I have a color yet. Kirby thinks I should go yellow because the truck is a Sunny. And he's gay and he likes yellow. But that's neither here nor there. And I don't know. I don't know yet. Yeah, thanks, Twisted. Oh, I'm glad Mooger got the joke. John has a bright yellow Dodge Ram pickup truck, a 4-door truck, and just a beautiful truck, guys. It was like all within the same week I bought my wife John had a Chrysler 300, and he traded it in. He traded it in on this big truck back in 2013, right when I bought my wife her new car. And as a kid at work, John, I was looking for a car, and it took me a few months to find what I was looking for. John bought his truck. Another kid bought a Jeep, and then I bought the car, and we all bought our cars within like the same week. And me and John are babying our cars, taking care of our cars. And this kid that bought the Jeep, he didn't have it. He still had the 30-day plates on it. Drinking and driving, wrecked it. They fixed it. He gets it back. Then he runs the curb, blows a tire. He had to get it fixed again. So then he traded it in. What did AJ trade it in for? I forgot. Like a Nissan or something. And the first week he had that car, he hit a deer. I was like, dang. And then he gets it back from the body shop after hitting the deer. And then it got beat up with the big hailstorm. And me and John's car still look brand new. Alright. Thanks, guys, your comments on the stance. Now let's go. Let me move forward. So, Ajax says, not Ajax, Hardcastle. Yeah, that's right. Hardcastle says that the spindles are going to be for right hand and left hand drive. I'm going to keep this left hand drive. Okay, now look, Hardcastle. In this instructions, I usually don't build by instructions. I'm just trying to find the pieces that I need to get where I needed to go. Here it says that it says normal position. Let's see if you can't let that focus. It says normal position and low down. So it is just a matter of where to put this arm at, I guess. Kind of stupid in my book, but it is what it is. That's crazy. I've never seen that. I believed you, like you said, an American left-hand drive versus the Japanese right-hand drive. Sounded good to me. Alright, let's, so I guess we'd have to put the motor back in and see how all that goes. But first we gotta lower it. So, let's... And then I done messed this up, didn't I? Poly caps. Where are the poly caps? I got too much stuff out on the bench, guys. Too much out, too much out. Oh, okay. These poly caps I have now won't work anyway, guys. Because the factory wheels have a pin that goes into here, and I got this hollow. We'll have to make our own. We'll have to make our own, guys. So, let's see. Let's go. Let's see if the motor is in like this. The motor's in like that. I pretty much can go either way if I want it. Let's see. I don't even see. Let me see. Let's see. Alright. Get my cutters. It's got some hard, thick plastic. Hello, Speedy. Dude, have I ever told you I love that car in your and your logo right there. Really, I built a BRZ for Scaled World, guys. Just a great, awesome build. One of my favorite builds I've done for Scaled World. That was a great kit. We used a factory 81 body kit on it. I custom made the wheels, and I kind of flared the body kit a little bit more to my liking. It was just a really good, awesome kit. The only thing that I frown upon with doing that kit is I should have made a better looking roll cage. And like I said, my builds that I've done for Scaled World, you guys can all go to scaledworld.net, check them out. Gap Hill Speed Shop has his builds up there. There's several guys from the community with their builds posted up there. So go over there and check it out, and then post your own builds up there as well, guys. Okay. So let's see how the low version looks. Let's see how the low version looks. So I need to guys, I know you see me doing a lot of custom work beforehand, a lot of fitment work and stuff like that. I don't paint my parts on the trees. Your guys' choice is your guys' choice, but I don't like the fact that once you paint them on the tree and then you have to clean them up like what I'm cleaning up now. I just don't care for that if it's already painted, you know. But that's just me. You guys are free to build whatever is most easiest and convenient for you. Didn't you, was that a 57 or is that a 54 you just did? Rattle can? Oh, the yellow and black one. That is right. I was thinking, for some reason I got the green 54 panel up, and I thought that was you for some reason. They did, hello, George. We're trying to work the stance out on this truck. And I gave everybody a public apology for working off of camera. I got ahead of myself, George, and I couldn't leave the build alone. And I kind of redid the shock towers, added the battery, added the master cylinder, added the trainee cooler, and the trainee lines. They still got to be connected yet. I just couldn't help myself. Don't forget, guys, the August top 10 is posted. Chip has a link to the videos. Go over there. If you vote on one, guys, you have to vote on all of them. Please make your vote count. Please, you know, share your interest and your passion for the hobby with the guys to have entered, and make sure that you vote on everyone, so that way your votes count. Because sometimes if we don't vote everybody's, you know, it disqualifies your vote. Tooltaz has twice not voted on every one. So make sure you go to the playlist, and Chip will have the playlist posted, so that way you guys can verify if you voted on all of them or not. You know, there wasn't a whole lot this month. You know, summertime, people are doing their own thing, but at least you guys go and vote on all of them. Now I'm going to cut this. I'm going to use my cutoff wheel, and I'm just going to remove this width of the cutoff wheel, the thickness, and then glue it back together. You know what? I need to do something, guys. Here's one thing I want to show you. When you're cutting a spindle like this, draw you a line, so that way you know which side is the front. You know, and that way you know if you're going to glue it back on the same side. Alright? See, this side no lead, that side lead. No lead and lead. And don't be a doober like I am and just lose it. Again, guys, I'm using the UMP sanding sticks, as always. Then hopefully, just with this little bit of width that this thing here takes off, will be enough. Where'd you go, super glue? Alright, then I hit it with my activator. And you can see where the cut barely was. Go there. Alright, get her back in place. That wasn't enough, guys. I'll have to go some more. Some more it is. I was going to go with that width, thinking that would be enough, but it wasn't. So now I'm just going to edge it off, clean off that super glue I had. That off. More soupy. super glue, where are you? Got some work to do now. So come on, super glue. I need you to bond my stuff together. Alright. So now let's see if that right there works. Alright. So it'll still turn. Got it lowered. It'll still turn. And we gotta do some shaft work on the wheels. So, where's the barrel sander? Where's the little sander? Got it. Had to clean out. I had to drill out the inside of the wheels, guys. Well, I think the turning function is going to be useless. These big tires don't let it turn. Don't let it turn too far. That's Oh well, we tried, Pete. We tried. Now, forgive me for asking this. Forgive me for asking this. What language are you guys speaking? Is it Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Or is it the German? Guten Tagen. Austrian. Yeah, I knew you were from Austria. I didn't know that they had their own language. Here, what's amazing for you guys... Let me turn this off. What I find amazing is I have a lot of friends that are from Puerto Rican background, born and raised in the U.S. George, Pete... you know, friends like that have been really good friends to me, very, very good people to me. Now, if you used to talk to them on the phone, great English, and they also have their Puerto Rican language that they share with their older family members and stuff. But we hear, like you, Gary, when you make your video, you have really good English. You have really good English. There's a few other guys that I follow that have very good English, and then they have their native language. but here in the U.S., they, like, there's a lot of Japanese guys that make videos from Japan, and, man, they are awesome. Their language is so great. A couple builders from Holland, New Zealand, their language is so good and so clear. Our school system, they don't teach nothing but English for the most part. You have to, like, take an elective class. You know what I mean? Our country right now is mostly English, Spanish, and then some people, you know, they speak that Spanglish, you know, which is just like, not proper Spanish, but not proper English either. And our schools don't teach us any other languages. Some of these kids, some of these people that want to travel the world have to go to college to learn other languages. I just wish, you know, they would teach our kids some different languages, so that way when they grow up, they're not left in the dark. I can only imagine going to another country to visit, or some of these people are coming over here to live, to get jobs and live. I can imagine what they go through and the language barrier that they face. You know, that would be, I don't know, to me that would be scary. That's just me, you know. You guys speak good English, and you've never been to America, and we have Americans that can't even speak good English. Speedy, it's not too bad, you know. Guys, I was going to go to Speedy's page and subscribe to Speedy. So Speedy, when you get when this video gets posted, because I don't know if I'm subscribed to you yet. I know you pop in and you've commented, but I don't know if I've subscribed. I can't subscribe to you guys when I'm on the live. But if you'll leave a comment once this gets posted up, Speedy, I would love to sub you, and that way we can just stay in better communication. So now let me pull this out, and let's see where we got to shrink it. If you guys can see, oh, I caught it. I don't know if you'll be able to show up on black, but you can see it didn't lower it a whole lot, just enough to get where I needed to get. See that? We're not even in the camera view. So we're just lowering it enough. Right there should be even to get the stance. I was aiming to make the wheels turn, but I don't know. They don't look like they're going to be able to. This tire is so fat. If you look inside this wheel well, this tire is so fat. It's like me trying to get into a wetsuit. You know, you ain't gonna leave much room right there. So, but I'll still lower it. Yeah, you too, Moog. Thanks for joining today, bud. If you guys hadn't seen one of Gary's videos a few weeks ago, he went to go to the store, And in the process of going to the store to get some vegetables, he came across a few sales, and you could see the excitement in his voice as he's opening up the bags and showing his new kits. That was really cool. Alright, so let's cut this. Alright. Let's see. Where do I want to cut that at? And here's how I usually do the cuts. Here's how I usually do the cuts. I'll line up my struts where it needed to go, and I mark first line right across here, and then I'll get the rear end, the bottom parts together, and I'll cut it right along there. So we're only taking out that little bit. Now we sand them. Oh shit. I still never gotten myself that Starsky and Hutch Torino. It never hit my local store, and like I said, if you guys know, I'm almost 40 miles away from everything where I live. And if my local Hobby Lobby doesn't get it, then usually I miss out unless I go to a contest and a vendor has it. BMX had a motorbike? John? I never knew that. I just always thought they were pedals. Oh yeah, BMW, okay. I was like, BMX had a motorbike? Usually, I build a little faster. My schedule is different, Speedy. So sometimes I can build on a model, say, a few weeks to a month, and it's ready, but this one, I, was taking my time to do it all on video. So this one right here is going to be longer, because I've been trying to take my time and show everything, all the working process that I've been doing on it. So if the subject has my main interest in it, then I usually stay on it and stay focused. But some projects I get into, start talking to friends, and then we start talking about another project, and I jump off and on. So I probably got 30 projects all going at once right now, but I put them all to the side to work on this one. Alright, so now we get this side. And the way, when the kids, Speedy, I only work Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And right now it's summer here, so the kids are out of classes. But when the kids are in school, basically I have all day to myself down here. If I don't have some honeydews, you know, if the wife don't have something scheduled for me to do. Yeah, I worked for many years to be able to have a schedule like I have. It works best for my wife and kids, and I get more benefits out of it than they do. Of course, the backdraw to it, Speedy, is, you know, most of the family stuff is on the weekends, and that's when I schedule work is weekends. So sometimes I miss out on a lot of the family stuff. John and I have worked for the same company about 12 years. We've seen so many people come and go, and just within the last month, it seems like everybody got on the kick to just quit and call in and not show up, and we've been going through heck. What's really sad is in John's department, there's only 4 guys, and their manager transferred. And we've been so short-handed through the warehouse, they've been working without a manager. It is 4:15 here. 4:10 here. Alright, so I got the front end in there. We cut it, we lowered it. The front end is working and steering. But now let's see where it fits with the motor. So we get the motor in. See, we get the motor in. Motor is setting down. There's just, I barely got just enough. Wow. There's barely just enough clearance. I can always, this motor is solid resin, so I can always go in there and sand that back out. Alright, John, are you taking off, bud? I believe John works nights too. Wonder if I flip this around. If we flip this around. Alright, now let me put this all back in here. And you guys see why I started with the body and then went with the motor. I had to get the body kit on there. I had to get the motor set in there and get all that stuff built before we could go further, because of all the custom work had to be done prior to setting the stance. I've seen a lot of people build their chassis first. We all have our own methods of when we're building. I mentioned during during Pappy's Sunday update video on Sunday about doing something for Charlie Mack, about doing a Corsair build for Charlie. I know you guys might not be into planes. I've never built a Corsair. I've only built 2 planes, matter of fact. But I think it would be neat if the community can get together and we all do this plane, Corsair plane, in honor of Charlie. I think it was Charlie McCarthy, I forget. No, it was Life After Work. It was Solemn. Sorry, Solemn. Alright, guys, that will be the stance once everything gets glued in. What do you think? Now, that's the front end. That'll be the front end, and that's the rear end. That's all the more the wheels will turn. Oh my God. Yeah, I remember that one. That's all the further they'll turn. Alright, now on the leaf springs come with the shocks and everything attached. So since we cut that rear end apart and lowered it, let's see what we got to do to this now. How you doing, Freddie? Guys, H-Town Models just popped in for a few seconds. If you guys are not subbed to my buddy Freddie, go over there and check him out. He did some traveling. I'll be in Florida in a few weeks. Just missed you, Freddie. And Freddie went to Rambler 69 and got to meet up with a few guys out there from Florida way. Kind of jealous. I'm a big fan of Matthew Cunningham, and Freddie got to go into Matthew's modeling shop. Now Matthew and his wife, my wife, is nuts over Disney, and I shared with her Matt and his wife. They are always doing dressing up and going to Disney. You know, they live right there by the park. And I was showing my wife, you know, we miss every year we go on vacation in January, and we just miss Matt and his wife by a day or two. You know, we're always so busy with the kids. That's our vacationing spot. We love to go to Florida. And the kids, they enjoy Disney World and whatnot too. And so that's what we do. We don't do nothing throughout the year. In our one vacation a year that we take as a family is usually to Disney World. My wife asked the kids last week if they would like to experience Disneyland in California and head out to California, but they all said no, they want to go to Disneyland. Disney World. Disney World, if you guys ain't from the U.S., it's about 3 times bigger than Disneyland, the way they have everything set up. And then when we're in Florida, there's other things that we like to do. There's some shopping and eating. Okay, what are we doing? I'm gonna look at how we're gonna lower the springs. We need the tires to stay on, so that way they stay in the right position. I'm not worried about the drive shaft, guys. We're gonna make our own drive shaft, so I'm not worried about that at all. We gotta get the springs, and the way these springs come in this kit, the shock is already mounted and everything in it. And it wants us you got to clean everything up still, Minnie. Okay, so if we did that like this, looks like that's where the shock goes, and that's where this goes. Dang, look at that gap. I have to have one hell of a lowering block. But how we're going to fix that, guys, is I think I want to move this over and down. I think I want to move that over and down. So we're going to lose this shock. I'm going to cut the shock off right. See how it's a solid mount? Come on, focus. See how it has a solid mount over to the body? I'm going to cut it off right there. I'll cut that off right there. Let's sand this. And now we can get, if that's the way. It wants to be there and it wants to be there. So we got to get it down. Let me see. Let me see. I'm always collecting parts, guys, and because it was just commented, why don't I do trailing arms? So, let me see what I got here. Let me see what I got here. Alright. I have a Revell. The Revell Monogram, Monte Carlo, and Regal are basically the same on the chassis. I pick them up for parts all the time. I just like some of the way the parts are in the kits. The kit I always enjoyed building as a kid anyway. So, let me see. I have this set of trailing arms. I would have to maneuver some stuff. Looks like I'll have to cut them off altogether. So I'm going to cut off the spindle. I mean the sway bar. Cut that sway bar off. Now I'm going to do me some cutting and fiddling. I'm just doing some cleaning up, guys. Got to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, there's one. There's one cleaned up.
Your product answers subscribers.
Just now looking at the clock, I can't believe I've been down here for almost 2 hours, guys. Thanks for joining in with me today. Alright, so John suggested why not use trailing arms. So there's this one here. And then I could still do, make sure that's set up. I'll have to do filling on the frame, guys, to get it right where I want it to do, to get the look I want. But yeah, I could do trailing arms. Then I'll have to make me a sway bar and whatnot. Alright. Let's Where's my super glue? So let me do this. I'm going to clean these up just a little bit more. Alright. I'm trying to get them flat and level, guys. There's that. Alright. Then there's some other issues. Alright. So get my super glue. Oh shit. Too much super glue. Okay. No, no, no. You know, and hit it with some quick set. Ah, it moved. Damn it. Alright. I'm trying to use spring mounts and stuff that were already on it for the kit. Come on. Have a good one, Gary. Thanks for popping in, man. Have a good evening. If you guys didn't know, if you guys don't follow Car Dreams and Styrene, him and his wife, they play music. She sings and he's a guitarist. So every now and then they have gigs. So I know some nights he's up late enjoying that. But like I said, he said it's 11, almost midnight in his part of the country. Reshaping the rear pumpkin just a little bit. Alright, so we got that in there. Hey, what's up, Chip? So we got that in there. That'll be the stance, fellers. Chip, this is a community judged top 10 this month, right? This ain't where only you and your judges judge this month. It's the community, right? Alright. Yeah, and like I said, guys, go to Chip's page, go to his playlist, and it will say August top 10. Go over there and watch all the videos, so that way you know you don't miss anything. A couple of times, a few of you guys had voted on a few, but not all of them. And the comments being left was, I didn't see his, or I didn't find that video. Chip will have them all in his playlist. It's aggravating to just see some of you guys, well, for me, you know, I'm on the backside of it. I'm watching the results. And it's kind of upsetting to some of us to know that people ain't getting the right score because you didn't vote on every one of them, you know, and that's sad to hear them say that, you know, we take the time to watch the videos, we take the time to judge the videos, and then our scores get thrown out because we missed one or two videos. So I'd hate to see that, that your guys' time spent watching a video and making your judgment would not be counted. So make sure you guys watch all the videos, and you know, rules are rules. And like Chip said, if 17 people voted on one model but only 10 voted on the other one, that's at least 7 points, because you can judge your cars all the way up to 20 points. So that's at least 7 points that guy loses, because, you know, you would think he would get at least a 1. You know, if not, that's 140 points, because if everybody gave that build a 20. See what I'm saying? So, just make sure you vote on all of them. Alright, so now we got the stance, we got the motor in. I think I'm ready to start attacking the body, guys. That's a good comment, Gary Parker. Some of us have been getting an amazing amount of viewers. Right now, it shows me I have 20 viewers, 8 thumbs up. The thumbs up and thumbs down does not get me any more excited than seeing 20 people at least following along. And I enjoy you guys asking your questions. I try to answer them if I can. If not, there's people in the community that are great sources of knowledge that are eager to turn around and answer your guys' questions as well, and that's great. I see Chip's show gets a lot of viewers. Pappy's show is getting a lot of viewers. Even last night, if you guys was able, Edgar at the Mad Labs, he popped on for a little bit. Probably almost 3 hours he was on, and we got to sit and chit chat and tease each other. You know, I was at work, so I got in a little bit on break time, and you know, it's great that our community is growing, getting stronger. Hello, Stratus. You know, everybody is, for the most part, we're getting along, and it's just been great. So, with all that said, guys, keep building. It's time for me to get off here. I'm pushing 2 hours myself. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, I'm energetic of this build, and I'm really wanting to work on it. So if I happen to attack this off of camera, you know, time allows, I will keep you guys updated. But I'm just really enjoying it, and it's been taken off so good. So, you guys have a blessed day. If I don't see you the rest of this week, which I'm trying, you know, definitely will see you guys on Thursday. Now, we're going to try, I'm going to try to do some pulleys. We'll try to show you guys how to make stuff out of some solder on Thursday. So you guys all have fun, enjoy the hobby. Don't let it get you to cussing point, throwing stuff away point. Just walk away or grab another kit for, and work on it for a little bit. It does get frustrating. But parts are good. Don't throw it away, guys. If it's not going the way it needs to go and it's not doing what you need to do, or you think it's not being a successful build, part it out. Don't chuck it. You never know who else in the community might need a part that you're just not going to use, so you can also share it. But this is Mini. Don't forget scaledworld.net right here. Go over there and take a look. Go over there and purchase, not purchase, but display your own stuff and then see what else is going on. And let me see, where did it go? Don't forget to check out Chip and Lisa right here at Extreme. You guys can either email them or go to the website. Go over there and check out what they have. And if they don't have something you're looking for, contact Chip and express to him a product or something that you would like to be readily available. Lisa and Chip have went out of their way to start stocking us sheet plastic and plastic stock. So they're willing to do what it takes to make Extreme Scale Detailed your one-stop shop, if at all possible. And so go over there, support them. They're working very hard to keep us as a community building with quality stuff and with stuff that should be readily available that we sometimes don't see our hobby shop stocking anymore. So I appreciate you guys today. Don't forget, stay positive. Always stay positive. Some of us faced issues. We're walking around here thinking, today sucks because I have a toothache or my ear hurts, or, it's just too damn hot to do anything outside. And there's other people like Scott that have to be in physical therapy twice a week, just to get back on a normal everyday thing, so try to stay positive, keep this hobby moving in a positive direction. Daily up cap, we did the stance, we got the stance set, the motors where I want the motor to be. We're going to have to do detailing once painting and all that stuff starts. So now I think starting next week, or the next time we sit down and do this, I think we're going to start doing some body stuff, guys. I think we're ready. I know I want to re-drill the fairings to make the bolt holes a little more pronounced. I'm thinking I want to, clean up some of this stuff. I know I want to take the bars out of the back window. And we're just going to start having some fun with it. So you guys have a great day. Take care. Don't forget, check out everybody else, what they're posted. I think it was this time last year, Chip had made his video about only seeing 1 or 2 new feeds a day, and maybe 10 new feeds a week. Right now, guys, we're doing great between the people I'm subscribed to, and I'm getting 20, 30 videos a day. It's hard to keep up with some of you guys, so I appreciate it. You guys keep me motivated. Thanks for your support. And check out anything that you see posted, give it a whirl. I know Badass Bowtie went a little off and shared his truck and everything, and that was cool. I don't know crap about diesels, so seeing him walk around and was able to show you all the stuff on the inside gave a builder like me the knowledge that if I built a big rig, I would know, them big rigs have microwaves and refrigerators and TVs, and all that stuff in them, and without ever being inside of a rig, I wouldn't have known none of that. So pay attention to what your subscribers are posting, because if you have 2,500 people you're subscribed to but you don't watch their videos, what's the use of hitting that sub like button? Because none of us are getting awards for how many subs we have. We're getting feedback by you guys watching and leaving comments. So go ahead and check that out. You guys have a great week. I'll see you later. Thank you.